Between like probably March 1st and March 7th, there were 2 murders. Justin Sipp was murdered a week before my cousin Wendell Allen. My cousin Wendell Allen was murdered in cold blood. Police went into the house supposedly trying to serve a warrant for marijuana. The boy was coming downstairs. He got like 5 brothers and sisters, so he was upstairs watching his brothers and sisters. As he came down the stairs unarmed, they shot him in the heart, killed him. And they won't even release a police statement about this. Right here in New Orleans. In New Orleans, they covered the murder of Adolph Grimes, Kim Groves, Justin Sipp, and my cousin Wendell Allen, and this brother right here just spoke on this. This is not happening in just our locality. This is happening around the country, everywhere. You know, we don't get together and talk to our neighbor, our coworker, our banker, our politician, our teachers. It ain't gonna be heard because the news ain't playing it the way it should. You know what I'm saying? It might be good to get Channel 7 at a rally, but Channel 7 need to be at them police departments and be at them mayor's houses, asking why the mayors, the police, and the governors aren't saying nothing about it. And matter of fact, this is supposed to be a union, a federal union. There ain't no reason that the FBI, the CIA, or whoever ain't speaking on that, but they looking into everybody's phone logs. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we can't let them do it like they did that man for WikiLeaks, where all of a sudden he's a suspect for putting their business in the air. We need to put their business in the air. Otherwise, these are just names and numbers, man. We got to show them we more than just that. You know what I'm saying? More power to the people, y'all.
Like the brother was saying, right now, if you really pay attention, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? But you look worldwide, at the same time, they recolonizing Africa. So this isn't just coincidence, this is very intentional. And once you study, you understand the concept of population control, and you understand the concept that we are the most feared people on the planet, you understand why this is happening all of a sudden. And if we don't act now, it's going to be more Trayvon Martins. If we don't act now, your son, your brother, your husband, your father could be next. Now I'm saying it's just not males it's happening to. Rakia Boyd. Rakia Boyd was just shot in the head because she was standing next to a man who was on his cell phone, and an off-duty officer came outside of his house and let loose on both of them. He shot the man in his hand and shot Rakia Boyd in her head. Now I'm saying? Claiming he thought the cell phone was a gun. And they have already said it was justified use of force. And the dude with the cell phone is being charged for aggravated assault. You know what I'm saying? So when we say arm yourselves, we not just pumping slogans. We for real. Arm yourself. Be prepared to defend yourself. Start doing your push-ups. Start walking around the block, getting in shape, getting ready to get down with these pigs. Because they bleed too. They human beings too. I done seen them run when they get shot at. Trust me. They scary. They on steroids. They some punks. But they get brainwashed. Just like when they go in the military, they get brainwashed. They get blood hungry. And they, just like dogs, they sense fear. And if they think you scared of them, that's when they gonna turn it up on you. I'm saying? I done been in jail hearing them talk about what they did to this or that person. I said, next time you go to court on a traffic ticket, listen to them in the back of the courtroom talking about how many tickets they done wrote. But they sicker than that. They killed 18-month-old Susie Pena, that little Latino girl. Now I'm saying, talking about her pops was on coke. No, sir, but y'all ain't even on coke and y'all murder her. So what are you talking about? I'm saying, so next we gonna bring up, like I said, the head organizer of this. I'm saying, so put your hands together for Jubilee Sean. All power to the people.
I'm not the head organizer, I'm just a volunteer like everybody else here. We got a lot of work to do. We're going to be back here in 2 weeks. That means everybody right now is the head organizer. You got 2 weeks to go back to your neighborhood, go to your job, go to your family and tell them we need to come out here and enforce. This is the second biggest city in the United States, and we need to come stronger than this. That's right. Justice for Trayvon Martin. Once the 911 calls were released to prove that Trayvon was murdered in cold blood, and had been intentionally covered up by the local police and state prosecutor, and the demonstration started, Florida went into damage control. The police chief, Bill Lee, temporarily stepped down. I mean, he went on vacation. and the Office of the State Attorney, Norm Wolfinger, stepped down after he overruled the local police detective who wanted to charge Zimmerman with manslaughter that night. This state attorney got out of his bed that very night and went to the police station to discuss with them the killing of somebody that was marked as a John Doe to make sure that Zimmerman walked free. It's been widely reported that Zimmerman is Latino because his mother is from Peru, but they real quiet that his white father is a Florida judge. The U.S. Justice Department said it's investigating, and the governor appointed a special prosecutor named Angela Corey. Angela Corey is a racist Florida Republican who has made a career out of prosecuting juvenile criminals, which means young black and brown men. Corey brought a case last year to a grand jury that indicted a 12-year-old boy as an adult for first-degree murder. Corey sent 230 juvenile felony cases to adult court in 2009. This is twice the number of the previous years before she became the state's attorney. And the Justice Department investigation holds little weight to those of us who remember that over 2 years ago the Justice Department opened up a quote-unquote investigation into the murder of Oscar Grant, and to this day has yet to come back with any conclusion of that investigation. What does the investigation of the Justice Department mean? We still want justice for Oscar Grant, and naturally as a free man walking the streets. The murder of Trayvon Martin and the government actions since then exactly reflect the historic relationship of the United States to the U.S. black nation. And Florida, at the bottom of the map, is in the heart of the geographic borders of the U.S. black nation. This is where the Supreme Court stopped counting the black votes to make sure that Bush had won the election. This is where Bush's brother was the governor. This is why Trayvon's murder has resulted in such a nationwide uprising. Because if Zimmerman is free to kill, then there is no law, there's no justice, there's no equality, only brute force and war. And that means that we need to get organized. This is why we demand not only justice for Trayvon and his family, the immediate arrest of Zimmerman for murder, the immediate arrest of Police Chief Lee and State Attorney Wolfinger for accessory after the fact and obstruction of justice, but we demand self-determination for the oppressed U.S. black nation, equality, reparations, and self-defense. The W.E.B. Du Bois said if America does not accept black people on the basis of democracy, then America will cease to exist. And in the Southwest right here, we must have self-determination for the brown nation as well. And we must have a mutual self-defense pact. If they attack your neighbor, that means they attack you. If they attack me, that means they attack all of us. We need to come together no matter where we come from and who we are. An alliance of the oppressed against the common enemy. And working class and poor white people need to wake up and understand what side are you on. They're trying to call Zimmerman a Latino to stir up some black and brown conflict, but we're not going for it. We demand unity for justice. Now today is Palm Sunday, the beginning of the Holy Week. You read the book, the Hebrews, oppressed and exploited, waiting for someone to save them from the murderous Roman Empire and from their sellout leaders, the hypocrite Pharisees. They celebrated when Jesus rode into Jerusalem. They laid down their coats and palm branches at their Savior's feet. But the sellout Pharisees, who lived comfortably, like Malcolm said, high up on the hog, they were misleading the people, and they were threatened that Jesus was organizing the community to think for themselves. And when the people celebrated Jesus' arrival, the Pharisees said in Luke 19:39-40, Jesus, rebuke your disciples, shut them up, call them out. We don't want all this commotion. Just sing a couple songs, light some candles, and then go on back home. Jesus said to them, I tell you this, if my disciples were silent, the very stones would cry out against this injustice. We got some Pharisees around here today. They run on the non-profits and the unions and tricking the people into what Malcolm X calls suffer peacefully. Last year, the head of the U.S. Justice Department, U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, was invited to Los Angeles for an extravagant dinner. $25,000 a table by Eric Lee, the head of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Martin Luther King's original organization, on Martin Luther King Day. We said if the Justice Department is coming to California, then we want justice for Oscar Grant. Where is the Department of Justice investigation? So we picketed outside the banquet hall, and some so-called revolutionaries and community leaders in L.A. refused to join us because they said that black folks would get mad at us for protesting against the Justice Department on Martin Luther King Day. Well, we said if Martin Luther King was here, he would have been outside the dinner protesting the Justice Department with us. But today, is also April 1st, which, if y'all don't know, is the 48th anniversary of the April 1st, 1964 founding of the first Black Panther Party in Lowndes County, Alabama, the freedom organization by Stokely Carmichael Kwame Ture, in the heart of the black nation. Stokely and Snick had gone to Alabama to build an independent grassroots organization for self-determination, self-respect, and self-defense. He was asked, how do you do that? Stokely said, you organize people. You create a new organization that is not tied to the Democratic Party. All your power will rest in the community. The political machinery now in existence is tied to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has shown you where they stand. They told the Mississippi Freedom Democrats, we don't recognize you. Stokely said, that's fine. In Alabama, we don't recognize you. We're the power in these counties, and that's the way it has to be. They asked Stokely, how does your strategy apply to the cities, to the ghetto? He said it does apply. For example, in New York City, what people have to do is organize. The political power in Harlem does not lie in Harlem, it lies outside. In Chicago, the political power lies in the daily machinery. It doesn't lie in the community. So what we're doing is something even Malcolm X was talking about. Political power has to lie in the community. He was asked, well, what do people learn from this? He said, we recognize that people are not impressed by demonstrations, they're impressed by political power. And they've also learned there is no such thing as justice in this country, in the courts, because the people who were recognized by the national government as being the official party were the racists, were the criminals, were the murderers. So the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party learned that you start at the rock bottom with no one but each other, and that's where you go. You don't look for anybody who's established. You look for people like yourself. And that's what we must do today, like Sisyphus, roll that rock back up the hill. Build our own political power, our own political organizations, our own political party, block by block and street by street. We need to run our own candidates for local government. How is the corrupt chief of police, Bernard Parks, the city councilman for this district? Where is Bernard Parks right now? We need to run candidates where we can win. In city council, in the school board. Stokely Carmichael said we intend to take over Lowndes County. Well, our job is to take over Los Angeles. There are Trayvon Martins all over Los Angeles. If we want justice, we need to do more than march and protest. We need to organize and take power. Justice for Trayvon Martin, power to the people. Power to the people.
And you got to understand, part of what he said is a lot of times when this happens, the media puts out so-called leaders in front of us. But a lot of those so-called leaders get paid to pacify us. They get paid to keep us rallying with no real action. So no, a lot of these people who are standing before you have gone to jail, have been beat, have been tased, pepper sprayed and all of that because they attempted to organize us in the right direction. But even more important than that is what we keep saying, you now have to also become an organizer. Now I'm saying, when you go back home, you talk to your family that was not out here today. Now I'm saying, share this information with them. Tell them to stop buying those Skittles. I'm saying, tell them to stop going to these corporations. Tell them to stop voting for the lesser of two evils. If you don't know that politician, don't vote. You know what I'm saying? It's a big person a lot of folks going to be voting for in November. But I guarantee you, none of y'all know anything about him.
You might be representing.
Now I'm saying, the media made that person. Now I'm saying, he ain't been coming out on all these issues. The only reason why he said he might have a son that looked like Trayvon is because the day before he was fronted, they asked him, why is it you spoke up on Professor Gates when he was harassed at his home? So the next day he came out and made that statement. But he didn't say nothing on Oscar Grant. He didn't say nothing on Montrese Richardson, Troy Davis, 7-year-old Ayanna Jones.
Come at him.
Know what I'm saying? So we got to understand what we putting our energy behind when we vote for these leaders. Next we're going to have another strong sister for our community come out, Sister Julia Wallace.
Yeah.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
And I want to also say thank you to the people who've organized this, particularly the Black Riders. There's a lot of women revolutionaries that are part of this organization. And I wanted to say that we need to particularly organize women. As Billion aptly pointed out, Rakia Boyd was murdered in Chicago. Some of you may know this. 64,000 black women went missing in 2010. I'm going to say that again. 64,000 black women went missing in the United States in 2010. This is not just a war on black men. This is not just an attack on black men. This is an attack on black people. This is an attack on black women. This is an attack on working class people. And the Trayvon Martins that are happening, that are going on in this country, that's being perpetuated by the same government that's doing the same Trayvon Martins in Afghanistan. It's the same Trayvon Martins that are in Iraq and Libya and Egypt and Chile and everywhere else. This government, this imperialist government, has been killing people. We need to break. People have been saying that, but we can't stress it enough. We need to break from these capitalist parties. We need to break from the Republicans, the reactionary Republicans that are gathering up strength, and we need to break from the Democrats that are trying to play good cop against us, that are trying to say that we don't have a choice. Obama said that Trayvon Martin looked like his son. Well, that's obvious, but what press conference was it at? It was at the World Bank press conference where they're announcing who the World Bank was. So this is about international finance capital. This is about a crisis that they're trying to make us pay for and scare us so we won't fight back. Who knows about Special Order 1 or Special Order 11? Special Order 1, there was before it was called Special Order 11. Special Order 1 would allow the LAPD, which would share information with the Department of Homeland Security, to collect a suspicious person file on you based on this. Taking notes, taking pictures, using binoculars, asking for office hours. So if you went into the Chase Bank right on the street over there and you asked for what time they opened and closed, the LAPD under Special Order 1 could open up a police file on you and you would be a suspicious person. Now this isn't just for people, when you say people taking pictures, this isn't for somebody who came out from Germany or whatever and they want to take pictures of the Hollywood sign or something like that. This is for us. This is for us because we are starting to organize. We are starting to get prepared. We don't have the wool pulled over our eyes anymore. All of you are a testament to that. They have Trayvon Martin murdered every day, but you're here right now. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do? So let's talk about what we're going to do. We need to have political power, and we need to use our economic power as well. And when they kill people in other countries, they shut that country down. They go on strike, they refuse to work, they set up barricades, they take it over. We need to prepare for that day. This is not just a war on a community. This is a class war. This is a class war against us as working class people, against us as oppressed people, and particularly against women because they're attacking women, they're killing women, they're murdering women. And they're killing gay people, they're killing schizophrenic people. Kelly Thomas, they killed him. His dad was a cop and they still murdered him in the street. You know, we need to unite all oppressed people. All oppressed people against the common enemy. That's racism, that's sexism, homophobia, ableism, and capitalism, imperialism. We won't pay for the crisis. My name is Julia Wallace. I'm from Struggles United, Luchas Unidas, from Sulu. What's up, y'all? We need to take power. This is not about just one protest. This is about us taking power and winning this class war against these capitalists. And if we unite, if we organize our workplace, our community, our union halls, if we take it over, we break from the Democratic Party, not only will we have a good fight, not only will we get justice for our people, but we will win power to control society in our own interest. And we can do that, people, because we are the majority, they are the minority. Thank you so much.
All power to the people. Yeah, we got a sign-in that's going around, so please make sure you leave your information before you leave here, because that is part of organizing, so we can do this as a movement. Next, we're going to have another brother who's not in your news, you know what I'm saying, not in the newspaper, not on the radio, but he's been in the community for a long time organizing, you know what I'm saying, trying to get us ready for this fight. We're going to have Comrade Monty come up.
Peace, family. I say peace because I know what it takes to get it. In order to have peace, you got to go to war. And I would have to plead with the organizers that we don't skip a week to observe Easter. Maybe we could do it on Saturday. I'm going to start off by saying I'm a former gang member. I'm from Compton, California. Now, I have to take a little bit of responsibility for Trayvon Martin's death.
The reason I say that is because I set an example of how important other people should be treating our race. If you gangbanging, you giving ammunition to these bastards out here to gun us down in these streets. We cannot afford to be from one hood or another hood. We got to be black. And if you're going to be black, you got to understand what it takes to be black. You got to love yourself. The black family come first. Without no family, you can't have a community. With no community, you can't have no race. So you got to be black. You got to fight for something. And if you're going to fight for something, make sure you're fighting for yourself, for your children, for your family, for that black woman. And she can't be no bitch. That woman can't be no bitch. Trayvon Martin's mama ain't no bitch. And our women is suffering out here because our babies getting taken off these streets. So if you're a gangbanger, if you're from Harlem 30s, if you're from 40s, if you're a blood, if you're a crip, a Hollywood, a hustler, a gangster, or a criminal, if they take out one of y'all, you got to ride on them till they can't take it no more. You got to ride on them till they can't take it no more and give them some more. Because they ain't going to stop until we set the example. We got to give them what they came for. If they come blast on one of us, we got to take them out. You got to stand for self. When you look in that mirror, you better not be seeing no enemy. Because black is a blessing, never to be abused. Our women is suffering out here, family. Our kids is suffering. We suffer. Look at all these mentally ill people around here. Who you see? They looking like me and you. Trayvon Martin, you in here still, brother. And we're going to ride till the wheel fall off. And when the wheel fall off, we're going to hop out the car, smelling like cooked brakes, and ride some more. Black for black, baby. You got to be black. When you walk out the house, you got to be black. You can't run around here singing Kumbaya and expect people to give up power and stop abusing you. You have to stop abusing yourself. You have to stop killing each other. And you got to quit getting mad at people who can't cause the blood. This piece of shit, George Zimmerman, he got to pay. You can't stand for no criminal, charge another criminal, expect justice. These people try to sweep it under the rug. And right now, like Malcolm X said, the press is used to make a victim look like a criminal and a criminal look like an angel. We cannot not allow these bastards to change this subject to the character of Trayvon Martin. We got to keep it on justice. No justice, but peace. Our women, our family, our race. Don't bow down. Don't give it up. All these people standing around here on these pictures up here on the side, behind me, these brothers and sisters, everybody came out here for support, ride for each other, man. And when you stick that fist in the air, understand that everybody in there is a family. Oh my God.
All power to the people. 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 Damn.
We're not just coming up to speak, but we want everybody to come up here and voice whatever you got to say. Because again, this is going to take a collective effort. You know what I'm saying? Between now and the 15th, we each need to work on getting 10, 20, 50, however many more people we can get out here and also get a plan of action. So first I want to thank DJ Ziggy right here for providing the sound system for us. I don't know where Jubilee is after he's the head organizer for this. I'm saying we got to understand that there are people outside of our own people who are helping us in this battle. So first we're going to start with our comrades here. You know what I'm saying? From the Black Riders Liberation Party. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put our hands together for Comrade Lala.
All power to the people.
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 Come on, I don't hear y'all getting loud enough for this young brother that just got killed last month. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Damn. We are the Black Riders Liberation Party. We the new generation Black Panther Party. We here today because we want to call all people to the forefront to rein in this man, George Zimmerman, so we can get real justice for the young brother Trayvon Martin that just got killed last February. We here because we want the people to understand that that we have a constitutional right, a Second Amendment right to bear arms and defend our people and our children and our families by any means necessary. We have the right, a God-given right. Let's take it outside of the state. We have a God-given right to self-preservation, which means any and anything or anybody that come into our vicinity that is violent with us, we meet violence with violence. We're here to protect the people. We're here to educate the people to the fact that this system is building off of our death in the streets. This has been going on for generations. Let's take it back to the slavery days and the modern day plantation and how it ties in today. People don't know where the police come from and why they just continuously kill our people on the street like we have no value to our life. We was brought here in chains. We was brought here on boats. They stole us from our land. They stole our language, and then they brought us over here to build up that economic system. So therefore, we was brought here for somebody else's pocket, right? Let's get deeper than that. Let's take consideration that all of the things they stole from us as a people. Our language, our land, our culture, our God, not to mention all of the schools of thought from mathematics, science, and so on and so forth. We are the original man and woman. So they're constantly killing us and annihilating our people on the streets for what? Because they know that we are the strongest, and they know that if we recognize who we are and where we come from, there's no stopping the destruction of this neo-colony. This country was based off of other people's slavery, other people's bloodshed. Look what they did to Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman may not have been a fast officer, but he was an officer. He was an overseer. Y'all know what an overseer is? Oh my God. Overseers, back in slavery, when we ran from the plantation to achieve our freedom, they sent these deputized white boys to come and find our brothers and sisters and drag us back to the plantation in chains. If they didn't murder us. There was this saying, right? I was reading the paper from the facts of the whole killing from the young brother Trayvon Martin. There was a saying, they said in 1799, it was a young brother that was killed on the streets of Virginia for just being on a public road. In 2012, they killed Trayvon Martin for being on a public sidewalk in his community. He didn't have nothing. He didn't break no law. What did he have but some Skittles and some iced tea? See, we not about to be sitting out here throwing those Skittles up in the air to let the people know that they ain't hurting us, because what we gonna do is the next time they come for us, we coming for them. It's a 2 for a 2, for eye for eye, and a life for a life, and if we don't stand up and defend our people, we ain't no better than our oppressors. So what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? We have a constitutional right to bear arms by any means necessary. The next time y'all touch one of ours, we coming for 20 yards. All power to the people. All power to the people. One last thing before I go. Y'all heard the chant, but we need everybody in this crowd to say it one more time, because we gotta let these pigs know we ain't playing. Y'all ready? Here we go again. Here we go again. Same old shit again. Same old shit again. Marching down the avenue. Marching down the avenue. 20 more pigs and we'll be through. 20 more pigs and we'll be through. Can you say? Can you say? Can you say? Can you say? All power to the people. All power to the people. Damn.
This is LaTroy Davis, Oscar Grant, Martise Richardson, Devin Brown, DeAndre Buckner, all the fallen victims. I'm saying next we're going to have come up one of the original organizers with the Black Panther Party from here in Los Angeles, Comrade Jomo.
How y'all doing? I was in Pasadena yesterday investigating, trying to find out what was happening with that brother that got murdered by Pasadena Pig Department when they shot him, McDade, when they shot him from the car. And he again, they were saying he was reaching for his waistband and running toward the police car, and they executed him. They've been doing, this is nothing new. They used to lynch us for reckless eyeballing. Did y'all know about that down south? For looking at somebody they thought we was wrong. The thing is here is that one time we had an organization like this organization here, the Black Panthers, the Black Riders, they had to stand up against these foes. These people are enemy of the people. They're here to destroy us. Now they're going to give Michael Vick 3 years for allegedly fighting some dogs, but they're going to murder a kid, and this sucker ain't even been put in jail yet. He's not even arrested. Now they're trying to smear this little brother's character. They just won't quit. The only thing that we can do to fight against this is to stand tall like we're doing now. We stood tall when it was raining last week, and we're standing tall with the sun shining. And as long as people in the community keep standing tall, they can't do us like they want to. He did that because he felt he could get away with it. And I heard his daddy might have been a judge before. I ain't sure.
He was.
Was he a judge?
Yes.
He called up the good old boy and said, let him go. He didn't kill nobody. He killed an animal, as far as we're concerned, and let him go. Now he's running around with his brother talking about how he cried. He's not crying like that boy in the grave. That boy in the grave is dead. And it's not, that's just the ones we know of. I go back when they were killing the kids in Atlanta, Georgia. Back in the day, in 1980, when they was murdering their babies. This is not the Atlanta child murder. And then they frame this boy Wayne Williams. They're here to destroy us. Until we all stand tall together and fight against this enemy that won't stop, won't give you a break, won't quit what they're doing. We're going to continue to be murdered, slaughtered, sent to institutions, given more time than for the same crime that other people are walking. We on probation because of the color of our skin. Power to the people, power to these brothers and sisters up here, son. Power to our people. Power to the people.
Power to the people. Again, we need everyone out here. Now, I said, if we multiply our numbers, I said next week you bring 3 to 10 more people, and each week we can keep getting bigger, keep getting stronger. That's how we change this. I said, it's not going to change just chanting, not going to change just shouting. But we got to identify these people. Go to these people's front yards. On King Day this past year, we went to the mayor's house. Occupied the hood of LA, went to the mayor's house, and within 7 minutes, he snuck out the back door and ran. So he knows what he's been doing. But that's how we do this. When the police want us, they kick in our front doors. So we got to identify these people, go to their homes, go to their jobs, shut down their banks, shut down Walmart, shut down Target, shut down all these corporations that they are pimping us with. So that's how they do it. That's how they buy these bullets. They taking your tax dollars and buying the bullets to kill your children. Now I said Walmart is financing the policies where one of us cuts somebody out, we get charged with criminal deaths, and we can get 3 strikes and do 25 years to life and never see freedom again, but yet this pig can kill somebody, he's still walking the streets. Now I said, so we about to bring up another community organizer. God willing, y'all heard of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He had an organization called the Universal Negro Improvement Association, and it's still going strong in Los Angeles, mainly because this nexus is about to speak. Madam Ngozi K. Lee.
Give thanks, Brother Billion. Yes. Giving thanks and praise to the Most High. I just want to say, I just give thanks for the youth coming out here to be a part of this African liberation struggle. This is not just the beginning. This is just a continuation. They're saying 20 years since Rodney King, 40 years since Watts Rebellion. This keeps going on and on. They're saying, is this going to be another year? Is this going to be another year for rebellion? Is this the American Spring? It's a worldwide revolution. Change is happening around the world. That's right. And our people are being abused around the world. Yeah. And it's so good to see. Look at this little young man right here. Come here, young man. This is Trayvon in the future. We're trying to save his life. That's right. We're trying to save these babies. That's right. Okay? They arrested a lady who threw powder on Kim Kardashian. Okay? They put a brother I know in jail for 20 days with a shopping cart. Okay? They got a brother in the prison right now for 67 years for cussing out a Mexican. Now, come on. They can't arrest Zimmerman. We say, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Remember, don't get it twisted. Africa for the Africans. Those at home and those abroad. We're not out here to shop. We're not out here to make money. All y'all selling T-shirts and all your little knickknacks. If you ain't giving no donations to no black organizations, you ain't about nothing. Okay? It's about the people. It's about the people. All power to the people. All power to the people.
Yeah, matter of fact, the mom this week says she's not cool with the marketing of this merchandise, especially since they are receiving a dime off of this. You know what I'm saying? So I know we want to represent, but at the same time, we got to be conscious of what we're doing. Because a lot of times when we make a company like Skittles, multi-million dollars off of our tragedy. And you got to understand, companies like this is ran by fascist racists. So again, they taking them same dollars we giving them and pumping it right back into the system that oppresses us. They keeping this prison industrial complex thriving and alive when we spend money with these corporations. And like we said, this just is not about Trayvon Martin. We about to bring up another comrade whose son was viciously murdered in New Orleans, Comrade Shadow. I'm Comrade Shadow. All power to the people. 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 My son was murdered by 4 white boys in Erie, Louisiana, and nobody done a damn thing about it. They covered it up. And an FBI agent, son, is the murder of my son. What kind of justice is that? Can y'all tell me what kind of justice? My baby was 14 years old. He didn't get news media. He didn't get nothing. The only thing came and had my back is the Panthers. I'm a Panther for life. All power to the people.
All power to the people. Hold on, bro.
Damn. All right, anybody else can speak?